Welcome in as we get set for a Lone Star State battle as Austin Bold FC makes their way south to take on Rio Grande Valley Toros. Today's match is brought to you by HEB. I'm Josh Toll. With me is former MLS star Walde Harris. And Walde, 3 points on the line, but for RJV, they will be out without their coach, Gershon Echeverry, who's suspended tonight for violating USL return to play protocol. Assistant coach Bobby Murphy will be in charge this evening, and it's a tough one tonight as Rio Grande Valley looks for that first win on the year, a win they can move up and be level with OKC Energy in that 4th spot. Meanwhile, Austin Bold trying to bolt themselves up to the 2nd position.
Yeah, Austin can get themselves in the 2nd place tonight with a win, but obviously Rio Grande Valley looking to pick up most value points on the bottom end here and move themselves up into that 4th place.
For Rio Grande Valley, though, just 5 players have scored this season, so they're trying to find a player that can either give them multiple goals or get it from somewhere else on the field.
I think they're just looking to finish and create chances and finish. This is a team that hasn't scored a lot of goals this year, and they're just looking to take their chances tonight. Tonight's player to watch is sponsored by Rodeo Dental, and you got to look out for the Jamaican Deshane Beckford. Yeah, this is a player that Coach Gershon Echeverry said is great on the dribble, very, very dangerous in the attack, and has a lot of pace, so he's going to cause a lot of problems for Austin. Definitely a player to watch tonight, Josh. And for Austin, you got to look out for Billy Forbes, the veteran. Last time these two teams met, he had a goal in that game. Talk about a person that knows how to score goals. Billy Forbes is always in and around the box, sniffing around, and best believe if there's a ball that's loose, he's going to find the back of the net. Well, Billy Forbes, one of those players that you need to watch out for. Bold with 3 players, with multiple players that have scored on the season. Another exciting match here coming up between Rio Grande Valley and the Austin Bold right here on ESPN+.
Healthcare is being challenged. DHR Health is meeting that challenge. We opened the DHR Health Serious Infectious Disease Unit, a fully equipped, fully staffed facility designed to care for patients with COVID-19. To ensure that we can keep our general patient and staff population safe, this unit is housed in a standalone building. To ensure the safety of all who visit and work at DHR Health, we're screening everyone prior to entering our facilities. We know that together we'll get through this. Now more than ever, DHR Health, for you, for life.
At Bird Ogden and Fiesta dealerships, we continue to make our facilities safer. We are using hospital-grade disinfectants to sanitize customer waiting areas. We are sanitizing every vehicle before and after each use. Safety is our top priority. Together, we will get through.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow, creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
However, you're watching the RGVFC Tours game, text code RGVFC to 833-737-6620 for your chance to win an RGVFC prize pack. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. One more time, that's code RGVFC to 833-737-6620 for your chance to win an RGVFC prize pack.
Tonight's match presented by Bud Light Seltzer. Another 3 points on the line here in Group D as we take a look at tonight's starting lineups, which are brought to you by Whataburger. And for both these two teams, looking for 3 points as we take a look at Rio Grande Valley and the 11 that they will bring out. Yeah, Josh, this is a good lineup. Adams, Castellano, McHugh, man in the back. And then going up front, looking at Cabado to make things happen along with McLaughlin. They're going to take them on tonight. Score some goals. Paul Blanchette will be key between the sticks. Last time these two teams met, Austin Bold with a commanding victory 4-1 as we take a look at their starting 11 for Marcel Serriano. Yeah, same back four, same goalkeeper, Restrepo, a veteran of the league. But the midfield is going to be key tonight with Tomasio, Kugo, Sis, and Baez. How quickly they transition will be huge as long as
Forbes is up front scoring the goals, those guys have got to make sure the back's tight.
Baez has scored goals in 2 straight games. He'll be another player looking to link up with Forbes as we take a look at tonight's keys of the game presented to you by the Bert Ogden Auto Group.
Yeah, as I alluded to before, it's all about taking the chances for RGV. They've created the chances with some good 1v1 play on the outside. Now it's time to put the ball in the back of the net. And for Austin, it's all about defensive transition. Can they shut down the outsides when Joma and Trincoso goes forward? Can they transition quickly and get back and not allow any chances?
These two met at the start of August with Austin Bold coming up victorious 4-1. That was in Austin as they now make the trip down south to take on Rio Grande Valley. Rio Grande Valley looking for their first points of the season, first 3 points of the season, and their first home win. And they'll try to take it here against Austin Bold as we are about to start. Another great game coming at you here in Group D. Rio Grande Valley in that 5th spot, Austin Bold in the 3rd. Austin Bold will be in the white kits, Rio Grande Valley in the orange kits as we are underway in Edinburgh, Texas.
Beautiful night to play soccer. You could hear the wind blowing a little bit, but I know that field is pretty big and the surface is awesome, so I'm looking forward to a really good match.
And you look back at the last time these two teams met, for Rio Grande Valley, they got on the board first in that one, but then unfortunately a double yellow card made them play with 10 men for the rest of them. It was 4 straight for Austin Bold.
Yeah, difficult to play in Austin, especially with 10 men. They know how to play on that field. They know how to take advantage and use the width. And this Joma came up with two big goals in that game to bring them back in, and they kicked on, scored a late goal. Forbes getting on the board again.
For Rio Grande Valley, though, building a little bit of momentum here as they got their first clean sheet as we take a look at the injury report, which is presented by DHR Health. No injuries for either team, but you go back to the game for Rio Grande Valley last week, holding OKC Energy scoreless. Meanwhile, for Austin Bold, they're coming in with some heavy legs, having played on Wednesday where they tied FC Tulsa.
Yeah, that could play a factor late in the game, especially on a field this wide, this big, and the winds tend to swirl around, so some of the times you have to do a little bit more work than usual when that ball is all over the place.
When we talked to Coach Echeverry, he talked about wanting to take advantage of those tired legs, put pressure on Austin Bold, and see if they can make some mistakes happen and take advantage of them. But you look at this Bold team, a much more mature and experienced squad compared to the young squad of Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, big test for them tonight, playing against an experienced team, a team that knows how to keep the ball and will hurt you on the break. Any spaces on the outside, you'll see Joma attacking, and you'll see Troncoso on the other side getting into the attack, creating overloads on the outside, and then Billy Forbes looking to take advantage of the spaces that they create behind.
Billy Forbes will hand that one off. Now play back to Joma. Joma last year with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks as this is dropped off. Taylor steps forward. And now this is played all the way back to Diego Restrepo. For Restrepo, 2017 goalkeeper of the year when he was with San Antonio. Joma, that takes a ricochet and stays in play. Nope, that did hop over the line. And there is a look at assistant coach Bobby Murphy.
Styling.
Like the mask, like the shirt.
Everything matches.
It's always key. Look good, feel good.
Hopefully the boys can play good for him tonight.
Garcia slips, but he's able to transition over to Troncoso. Troncoso plays it in. Baez on the wing. Works his way to the end line. Sends it with the right foot. And that's going to be cut out by Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez just occupying a good spot there. There's nowhere else that ball could have gone except over the top and went right to him. Unfortunately, they just couldn't play coming out of the back and get that ball up the field a little bit higher.
For Rio Grande Valley, they are 9th in the USL in shots. They have 99 shots on the year. Only problem for them is just being able to get goals on the score sheet. They'll look to change that once again this evening. Ball over the top, knotted down. Obregon. McLaughlin with the right to the back post.
Great opportunity for McLaughlin to just have a go right there. Earlier in the game, great angle at the goal, but he decided to play it across. As we're going to see on the replay, just a little bit, just overcooked it just a little bit. Surface a little bit slick. And on the other side, Beckford was unable to get on the end.
For Grant McLaughlin, number 8 overall in the 2020 MLS Super Draft. He had 36 goals at Southern Methodist University up in Dallas, looking for that first one here in the USL. And talking with Coach Echeverry, he thinks that once he gets that first one, things will open up much more.
Yeah, he was talking about just being calm in front of the goal, picking his spot and just tucking it away. But obviously being a forward, you know, playing that position myself, I know how nerves can play a part in you getting that first opportunity and, you know, not really focused as much as you need to put it away. But hopefully he can get on the board tonight.
That one denied. Stepping in front was Robert Castellanos, the captain. Headed back in. Martinez sends it to midfield. This will be just replayed back by Joma. Martinez heads it forward, but no one there for RGV. Both these two teams on the season with 1 clean sheet. For the Toros, that one coming last week. For RGV, 2 straight ties. I should say for Austin Bold, 2 straight ties. The last time they got a victory was against this Rio Grande Valley squad. Manley plays it up, but no one there.
RGV just sitting back, making sure everything's compact in the early going of the game here. Trying to keep things in front of us, but you see what Austin is trying to do. They're trying to work the ball from side to side, pick their chances, pick their times and going forward. And when the space is created, change the point of attack, especially for those outside backs. As you can see on the lower part of your screen, Ishjob is wide open, and those are the balls they're going to try to play to create overloads on the outside.
Ball down the line. Back post, Forbes giving chase. Plays it in, that one to the 6. Adams able to poke that away. Dangerous chance there. Montes Diop just could not corral the ball in. Allowed Adams to come back and just poke the ball away from danger.
Yeah, as the game progresses, that's what you're going to see from Austin, especially on the outside. Forbes rotating from outside to in, and an underlap from Joma coming in, putting a great cross. Diop, unfortunately, couldn't time it to get his foot on the ball, but that's what you're going to see from Austin.
Good diagonal ball here for RGV. Unfortunately, it just goes out past the touchline. Great looking pass, but Beckford unable to chase it down.
Yeah, and he has the pace, so that tells you how slick the surface is out there. If you can see from this angle that the grass is very short, and on pitches like this, when the humidity gets to it, you get a little layer of water on the top of the surface, and that ball just flies away once it comes out of the air. So we're going to have to pinpoint those passes, especially the longer passes.
There, a great look at Coach Marcel Serriano as Jorge Troncoso gets ready to throw the ball in. Began his pro career in Chile. This is actually his first time away from Chile in his 2nd year here with Austin Bold.
I think he's done a fabulous job with putting a great product on the field. And the players that he selected have played the style that he wants to play. And they could be explosive at times.
Baez on the overlap, sends it in. That one's going to be repelled away on the inline corner kick here for Austin Bold.
Yeah, Baez hooking up there with Troncoso coming up on the right-hand side. Tell you what, Josh, I love these kits.
Corner kicks brought to you by HEB. Well, we were talking about right now assistant coach Bobby Murphy looking good, and on the field, Austin Bold with the kits looking a little bit different, and you got to love the style, like you said.
Yeah, clean, sharp. Good for an in-swinger here from Joma. Could definitely whip a ball in. That left foot of his.
The service. Punched away, and then off the back line, and Joma will have another chance for the 2nd corner.
And whip that ball into a dangerous area, asking questions. of keeper Blanchette earlier on. A lot of numbers in that 6-yard box. Any deflection could be in the back of the net. RGV really has to be on the front foot here.
Joma with 2 assists on the season, looking to possibly produce 1 here. Our referee tonight, Gerald Flores, gives us the whistle for the go-ahead. Punched away once again. Sis going up and just on the roof.
Didn't miss by much. Inches above the crossbar. Great punch out there by Blanchette coming in the crowd. But Sis just couldn't get his upper body over the ball to keep it under the bar. As we see it on the replay, good punch. Sis trying to settle and get it off his feet. Looking to bend over Blanchette, just a little bit high.
Great opportunity there for the 19-year-old. Just could not get it under the crossbar. Obregon plays it over. Martinez strides forward. Manley on the through ball is able to reach it at the 6. Sis will drop it back and now sent forward to the center of the field. A little bit of a tug of war there, and this is going to go against RGV's Eric McHugh.
Yeah, just a little bit too much jersey in the hand there from McHugh. And you know Forbes knows how to use his body, so just a little bit of experience showing there.
McHugh in his 2nd start of the season for Rio Grande Valley. Signed a homegrown contract last year with Houston and playing now in his 3rd game with Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, after 10 minutes, RGV not giving up a lot of space in the midfield, forcing Austin to play the ball around the back and forcing them into some longer balls too. If they could keep this up and then counter, they stand a good chance of getting good looks at goal.
Coach Echeverry was really proud of how his team performed defensively on last week in the tie, but said he missed out on some opportunities that he wished they could have capitalized against Oklahoma City. Tonight looking for that first goal. They've yet to score multiple goals in a game.
Yeah, if they weren't creating the chances, I think they'd be more concerned, but they've created some really good chances and good looks at goal. It's really, as Coach Echeverry said, it's really the decision-making in the final and the final product that's lacking. Decision-making in front of goal, the calmness, just picking your spot and putting the ball there. And he says he thinks that they'll come over time, but right now they really need that to come quicker.
Joma, Manley on him, plays it back. Switching sides is Okugo. Sent in, Forbes, that one comes back, another deflection. I believe it was Castellanos who got the shot block there for Rio Grande Valley. You've seen a couple different chances here for Austin Bold in that 6-yard box, though.
Yeah, those balls definitely whipping in from wide positions. RGV is going to have to do a better job of closing down the outside, forcing Austin to play the ball back. Right now they're finding some space, creating overloads on the outside and getting crosses into the box.
Sis just outside the circle. Tomasi. Going to the outside once again. Okugo into Baez. Tracoso down the line, and that's going to be taken away by RGV. Forbes. And once again, Castellanos right there, the captain, pointing that ball out past the end line.
That was a cheeky little pass there from Forbes, just trying to sneak it in between the outside back and the center back there. A nice little run into that near post.
Third corner kick for Ishmael Joma as he'll head to the opposite side. Joma, we talked about just a second ago, 2 assists on the year. He also has 2 goals, both those goals coming in the win against this Rio Grande Valley squad.
Yeah, very attacking-minded outside back, Joma.
Blanchette just grabs it, now sends it out, but gives it right back to Baez. Joma sends it back in with the left.
Here they go on the
A
counter.
chance here for Obregon. Striding and then coming back to help for Austin Bold, but Obregon had a great look there. Troncoso able to get back for Austin.
Yeah, Obregon Jr. just having a really good look, just weren't unable to take that chance because of the lack of speed, or by the time he got to the end of the middle of the half there, he seemed to run out of gas, and help was slow, support was slow to come up, so just got outnumbered and dispossessed, but they're still on the attack.
Perpa plays it outside. Beckford gathers.
Yeah, just to go back to that play, Blanchette putting his team in a little bit of dire straits there on that distribution. As we look at the counter here, Obregon Jr. just off to the races, cuts inside, looks for help, but the help was slow coming, and a great recovery there by the Austin back four.
Castellanos. McHugh. Nangelo plays it up, but that one off the boot of Perpa. Baez looking to go forward. Forbes with the left, and he finds the right corner, and the first goal for Austin Bold coming in the 16th minute from Billy Forbes.
That all came from the extra effort of Diouf. Just looked over his shoulder, know the defender was coming, leapt up in the air and touched it on for Billy Forbes. As you can see here, Baez getting his head up, plays this ball over the top, noticing the 1v1 opportunities. Diouf up, Billy Forbes with the left, smashes it past the keeper, no chance. Again, another angle as that ball comes over the top. McHugh looking to get his head down to head, but up with the leg goes Diouf. Referee says play on, and it's Billy Forbes with that left foot, Josh.
Well, we talked about Billy Forbes at the top of the match, and he scored once against RGV last time they played in August, and now he scores another.
First chance, first goal. You just can't give him a sniff around the goal. Any half a chance, he's a man that can put it away.
Billy Forbes, the first player to get a goal tonight. The 29-year-old showing how it's done, and now Rio Grande Valley will have to play from behind. Martinez plays it wide to Manley. Sis. Dioff. Dioff turns. Tomasi. Tried a little give and go there, but Tomasi's gonna have to bring it back.
That was a wonderful first touch there by Diouf, and showing his athleticism, just leaping up in the air. Nice soft touch to bring it down and work the defender on and protect the ball and kept possession. Impressive.
Dioff last year was with Orlando City B, now making his home with Austin Bold. For Austin Bold, they currently sit in third in Group D standings. Mainly, man, for Rio Grande Valley, they're in the 5th spot, just 3 points on the year. For Austin Bold, they now have 12 goals on the season. They came in tied 14th in the USL. Joe plays it over with his left. Chance here for Forbes. Has Dioff inside, that's where he goes, but Blanchette able to smother the ball.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as soon as that ball left Forbes' feet, he knew he wanted it back. He didn't touch it the right way he wanted. Duford wide open in the middle of the park. Chance goes awry there. But just looking at the way RGV is playing, they need to be a little bit tighter, especially on the counter press. They're just not compact enough, and Austin is just finding those spaces and looking to create overloads, and they're finding Diouf over the top, they're finding Forbes over the top because there's no pressure on the ball higher up the field.
Castellanos going direct, and no one up front for Rio Grande Valley.
Seems like they're going a little bit more direct than usual, Rio Grande Valley. They're usually looking to play through the midfield, but with Austin holding such a high line, McLaughlin looks like he's trying to play him over the top and then advance from there. Just a little bit more quality on that ball over the top. Give them a chance to get at it.
For Austin Bold, they have won every time these two teams have met. 3 in total, 2 last year, and the 1 game this year so far. Sis. That one taken down by Isidro Martinez, now played back to McHugh. The captain, Castellanos.
Yeah, with that high line, now they need to get some width to create that space in the middle of the park to play through.
Adams playing it down the line. Purpa can't control.
It's a good read there from Troncoso.
We're going to have a foul call, and this is going to go against the youngster, Grant McLaughlin.
Yeah, tough touch there by Sis. Just putting himself in a little bit of trouble. Again, the surface is very quick for a team that's used to playing on a little bit higher surface in terms of the height of the grass. It can be a little bit tricky in the opening minutes.
Copa Tejas battle here tonight between Rio Grande Valley and Austin Bold. I'm Josh Toll, and with me is former MLS star Walde Harris. Austin Bold with a 1-0 lead as Baez plays it out wide. That one into the left corner. I don't know how that snuck in by Dioff, but he finds the 2nd goal now for Austin Bold.
Great mobility from Dioff, just running through the spaces. Baez changing the point of attack, not being afraid to go 1v1 into the box. Both the keeper, and I think Dioff himself is a little bit surprised that got through. But here you see him picking up the ball wide, running at Adams and asking questions. That looked more like a cross. Maybe it took a deflection, but it doesn't look like anybody touched it. 1 or 2 step overs, plays it across the front into the back of the net.
If anything, it might have hit off Castellanos there, but Dioff now with the 2nd goal for Austin Bold. That is his 2nd goal on the season. And of course, last time he scored was against this Rio Grande Valley team. So him and Billy Forbes, who scored last time, have scored now tonight against Rio Grande Valley as they trail by 2.
Yeah, just too much space in the midfield for Baez and the likes to just pass and move the ball. And then there's a lot of space that creates a lot of space in 1v1 situations wide.
And then the reach around is going to draw the whistle. Dioff fouled on the play. And we will have our first yellow card handed out. This is going to go to Kimbo Kibato.
We haven't seen much of Kibato in the opening minutes here. Usually is one of the guys that likes to get the ball to his feet and impose himself on the game. But as you can see here, his touch kind of lets him down, and he has to reach out and create the tactical foul, and Dioff be running at the back 4.
For Kibato, that's his 2nd yellow card on the season. Free kick now, about 30 yards out for Austin Bold as Baez and Joma line up. Right-footed Baez, left-footed Joma.
2 quality free kick takers over the ball here. Now it's a question of, is it too far out for a shot, or we're going to serve?
Joma sends it in, and that one finds its way off of the frame.
Not far from the frame. Got it up over the wall, but just tailed away from the goal in the end. Different angle here. Ish going for that shot that dips at the end. Blanchette looks like he had it covered, just a bit wide.
For Austin Bold, they have now scored multiple goals in 4 games this season. McHugh looking for Manley, but too far in front.
That's another name you call that we haven't seen much of in terms of getting into the attack. Usually is, I think we've seen only one attack where you got played in behind, but they need to get him and Beckford more involved.
If you had to guess who played on Wednesday night, you would think it was Rio Grande Valley. This opening 25 minutes, Austin Bold has come up with the first 2 goals.
Yeah, an uphill task for Rio Grande Valley here.
Good through ball to Manley. Sends it in, and that one knocked off by Joe.
Now what can they do in transition?
Tomasi. Dioff. Adams back to help, but Baez comes back and now played back by Kibato.
Yeah, great solo run there by Tomasi. Unfortunately, a little miscue at the end there. Petered out the attack. But just going through 2 or 3 players easily there, Tomasi. That's not the way you choose to win games or come back in the games. Rio Grande Valley has some adjusting to do, especially in the middle of the park.
Joma will play this back. Taylor to Garcia. Troncoso. Dioff. Dioff with a goal and an assist tonight. Okugo. Forbes outside. Joma. Sis will play it outside. Troncoso. Dioff. Good combination here. Dioff, he saw what he wanted to do. He wanted to send it back to Sis, but just played it behind him, allowing RGV to get on top of the ball. Kibato knocks it out to Kyle Adams. Adams playing outside back. We've seen him play center back as well. But with McEwen at center back, that sends Kyle Adams to that left back position for Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, he's got a tough task outside, as he's going to have multiple people. He's had multiple people running at him all night. Roberts. Beckford just needs to help him out a little bit when that ball goes up wide.
Taylor. Joma last year, 58 chances for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, which led the team, but he's been instrumental here this season with the Austin Bold.
Yeah, last year they were right dominant with Sion McFarland on the right-hand side, always coming down, whipping balls in. They look to balance out the attack from that outside back position, bringing in Joma, and he's paid dividends so far.
Here's Joma. Sis. Baez. Troncoso playing it back to Sis. Sis pauses, trying to curl it, and just right of the goal mouth.
That's great interplay. Sis being at the top of the box, cut the ball back after faking a left-footed shot, try to bend it to the upper corner. Blanchette flying through the air, but the ball just a bit wide of the right upright.
Confidence high right now for Austin Bold as they nearly had a 3rd goal.
Great little counter cut across the body, looking to bend that ball into the side netting. Just pushed it a bit wide.
Manley looking for an Obregon, and there is some grabbing of the arms there, and it looks like this is going to go against Joma. We have had 1 yellow card handed out, and that went to Rio Grande Valley. Looks like Joma just getting a lecture right now by Gerald Flores, our referee.
Yeah, Obregon Jr. just looking to run into the space, and Ish realizing the danger that he's out of position. Just grabbed a little bit of jersey there, and the referee saw it. Right call.
Martinez plays it into the circle. Castellanos goes to Adams. Adams from New Zealand will play it in. Kibato plays it back. Castellanos. McHugh. McHugh last year signed that home contract with the Houston Dynamo. Adams working his way forward, pushing up. For Austin Bold, 2 wins on the year, 2 losses, 2 draws for 8 points. They're looking for their first win away from home. Now on off of Adams, and another throw here for Austin Bold.
Yeah, this game plan coming to fruition for Coach Serriano so far. 2-0 up within 29 minutes. It's a perfect script.
Tonight, this one of 11 games in the USL. And if you want to know what's going on in Group D, OKC Energy visiting Sporting Kansas City 2. And that one kicked off a little bit ago. And San Antonio FC is hosting FC Tulsa. Sis. Garcia. To Taylor. Austin just building with patience. Garcia, the Frenchman in his second season with Austin, plays it up. Troncoso. Dioff. Dioff gives it away. Now Sis. Turn and drop it off for for Garcia. Forbes.
Yeah, Austin just enjoying a little bit of a ball here, though. There's a giveaway.
Giveaway with no danger there as it's played right to the feet of Diego Restrepo.
Just establishing a little tempo, resting in possession.
Restrepo is yet to be challenged tonight. He has 13 saves on the year, but Rio Grande Valley is still looking for that first shot on target. Baez plays it out to Troncoso. Troncoso stops. Baez. Sis. Sis will bring it back to Garcia. Baez. Dioff into the channel. And that one off Kyle Adams.
Yeah, just a passing clinic there. Easy, very easy for Austin, just finding different angles, moving the ball in and out of the midfield, out wide, changing the point of attack, and utilizing their outside backs to gain penetration in the final third.
Now a chance for Rio Grande Valley to gather themselves in this hydration break as they trail 2-0 as we take a look back at the 2 goals from this one.
Yeah, this ball just getting played forward by Taylor. Baez at his feet, realizing the matchups in the back, plays the ball over the top. Dioff with that athleticism. The ball falls to Billy Forbes, left foot. Game over.
Beautiful first goal. Beautiful touch right there by Dioff, finding Forbes, and then he slots it in the right corner.
Yeah, Billy Forbes is a player you can't give these type of chances, can't give him these type of clear looks at goal. Keeper's adjusting, moving to his right. Billy Forbes picks the other side, left-hand side of the keeper, beats him low and hard to the far post.
Forbes now with 3 goals on the season.
Dioff comes from the outside, steps over once, plays it across the 6-yard box, and it finds the back corner. And I'm not sure if this took a deflection on the way there, as Dioff comes in on his right, little step over, crossover, takes him one way, the other way, plays it to that far post. Keeper looks surprised that it's even into the back of the net. So it may have took a deflection in, but Dioff will take it.
Dioff scoring once again against this RGV squad. For Dioff, he now has 2 goals on the season. Another one of those youngsters making a difference for Marcel Serriano, 20-year-old out of Senegal. A great look at the veteran Billy Forbes.
Yeah, for Austin, they just need to do much of the same. Whereas for RGV, they need to pick up their energy. They need to move the ball 1 and 2 touch. Haven't seen any balls into the feet of McLaughlin and Cabato running off of him. Most of the balls have been over the top and a little bit direct. Easy to read for this back four, an experienced back four. Need to ask a little bit more questions by playing and penetrating passes in the feet, in between the lines, especially behind Cis and Okugo, to ask questions of that back four.
Coach Esterberry talked about being aggressive in this one, but right now, RGV trailing by 2.
Yeah, another little test of character for this young squad. See if they can adjust after this break. Come out and pull their way back into this game.
Much different way to look at it, too, when you have youth and inexperience compared to the maturity and ample experience of Austin Bold.
When you're playing against an experienced side, you can't afford to make those silly mistakes, small mistakes, turning the ball over in your defensive half of the field.
Really, 2 players we were talking about, at least off air. We mentioned one of them to start, Shane Beckford and Garrett McLaughlin. We haven't heard much of their names tonight so far for Rio Grande Valley.
Right. I mean, and credit to Austin. They've done a good job of keeping the ball when they want it and picked their chances to go forward when there was the opportune time. But on the other side of the coin, RGV just has been wasteful with the ball. You know, and Coach Echeverry talked about this decision-making and having better decision-making leading to more goal-scoring opportunities, but the decision-making coming out of the back and playing through the midfield has a little bit left to be desired so far in this game.
Now a switch of the corner taker as Baez will set up for the first time. We've seen Joma with the first three as Baez sends it in. Forbes chases it down. Joma. Sis goes outside. Baez plays it back. Troncoso. Okugo.
Yeah, this is where the experience comes in, realizing that it doesn't make any sense to put the ball back in the box there after it came out. Just decided to recycle, start again, and just keep possession. Austin definitely in charge of this game so far.
Austin definitely not forcing any bad decisions. They're making RGV have to work for it. Josh Tolenwalde Harris with you this evening as Austin Bold has a 2-0 lead with Billy Forbes and Tess Diop being the 2 goal scorers.
Yeah, this is the way you play if you're on the road and you're up and you're experienced. You know what you're doing. You keep the ball, try to limit turnovers like this one.
Manley doing a good job of stepping in front of Joma.
And a little bit of miscue between the two, Garcia and Joma there.
For Rio Grande Valley, if they can get that first goal, momentum can swing their way.
And if you just look at the spacing between the players, it's, you know, 3 players on an island here, another 2 players there. There's no cohesiveness to really play one and 2 touch passes in around the final third of the pitch for RGV. So they need to do a better job of getting a little bit more numbers into the box, in and around the box, as Coach Echeverry said on his call this week.
Look at another guy that's been pretty quiet tonight. Isidro Martinez, 16th in the USL with 13 chances created. You've only said his name a couple different times in the midfield as Kibato heads it forward, but gives it right back to Austin Bold. Baez looking for Forbes up top. Forbes to his left, and that one well wide.
Yeah, trying to take charge, make use of that 1v1 situation over the top. Forbes just playing off the shoulder, looking for that long ball as soon as the ball turns over, looking to stretch the game. Just a little bit left to be desired on the shot with the left foot.
Castellanos.
Another opportunity all the same.
You can see when Austin sees that line up near midfield, they're trying to go over the top as we have a foul here.
Yeah, Troncoso coming through the back of Obregon. Referee on the spot. Very reckless challenge there, and the referee's in a good position, spots it. Looks like he's going to issue the yellow card.
And now Troncoso will be the first Austin Bold player with a yellow card this evening, as we'll take a look back at that foul.
Yeah, ball coming in. Player's back is to the play, and Troncoso just coming through. You're going to see here on the second. He's trying to get in front of him to win the ball first, but ends up going right through the back of the player. It's a dangerous play.
For Troncoso, that's his 3rd yellow card of the year. Martinez.
And if RGV realizes this, now's the time to go at Troncoso. Maybe he picks up that second yellow and swings the momentum in your favor. So they should look to target him, target that left-hand side, right-hand side of Austin, and see if they could get some, ask questions of the outside back.
You go back to the last time these 2 teams met, Coronado had the double yellow card in the opening 24 minutes. RGV had to play with 10 men for the remainder of that one. And now each team with 1 player with a yellow card.
This is better from RGV, just trying to find their foot and get their foot on the ball, keep a little bit of possession, create some confidence, and then once you get into the attacking half, look to utilize those spaces that open up with the mobility of the front 3.
Martinez plays it inside. Purpa. Good battle there between Purpa and Sis, but the whistle blown, and now a kick here for Rio Grande Valley.
That's what it needs to see more of. Quicker speed of play through the middle of the pitch, going into the final third. Ask questions that Austin midfield and the back line.
Martinez sends it in. Intended for McHugh, headed by Purpa. McHugh earns RGV a corner. And now Martinez will head to the far side for the corner. First corner of the night here for Rio Grande Valley. Our corner kick's brought to you by HEB.
Couple minutes before the half. See if they could create an opportunity to get back into this game.
Punched away. Obregon with the right, and that one just sails over.
Oh, Obregon just using his body to create a little bit of space. Got a shot off. Restrepo had to be flailing to see if he could get at it. Nice little touch over the crossbar. Another opportunity for RGV. 4 minutes before the half as we look at the replay. Good service into the box as Restrepo comes out, gets a fist to it. Obregon uses his body to maneuver, gets a touch, but Restrepo is there again.
Adams, Martinez. Great chance moments ago from Rio Grande Valley. Can they build off of it? Troncoso plays it up into the sky. Rio Grande Valley looking to get a first goal here before half as you get another look there at Marcel Serriano. He has to be happy with his team's play here, the opening 45 minutes.
They have been bossing the game as the lion's share of possession, but RVG in the last 2 or 3 minutes have stepped up the pace.
Kibato, that one knocked away, finds the foot of Forbes. Baez. Manley. Beckford now switching to the right wing, and coming up is Taylor to send that out past the touchline.
Yeah, Coach Murphy recognizing a little bit of an opportunity with Joma attacking and getting into the attack so much, switching Beckford to the right-hand side to see if they can make use of that open space vacated by Joma.
That one pops over Purpa. The last touch by Taylor.
Captain Taylor, Jamaican, ton of experience, both internationally and from the MLS.
99 caps with Jamaica. Manley. Purple with the left.
Pretty routine for Restrepo there. Ball hanging, not a lot of numbers in the box, as we're going to see it on the replay. Man, they played this ball back. Oh, actually, sees, I mean, who was that got out of his shoes?
It was Diop who lost his shoe there. Not an ankle-breaking move, but obviously needs to lace his boots a little bit tighter.
Where that shoe came from. I just saw it on the ground.
Kibato. McHugh at midfield. A little bit more than 2 minutes, and of course stoppage time remains here in this first half. Baez dispossessed. Martinez gives it right back to Troncoso. Troncoso has Forbes up front. That's where he goes. Castellanos able to step in front of Forbes. And Adams will play this up the line. Diagonal ball, but no one up top for Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job in keeping composed under pressure to play out, but once that ball got into the midfield, Now they're just looking over the top again. Instead of trying to break the lines and play that, switch the point of attack on the ground, they look to go over the top. I wonder if that's some part of their game plan to try to utilize those outside wide positions, but you need a little bit more continuity in their attack, especially when you do so well to play out of the back and move Austin up to the middle of the park and break pressure.
McHugh plays it out, but errant pass there as it finds its way out of play.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Austin just put their foot on the ball, knock the ball around, utilize the time that they have, and see if they could get into the half without conceding. But now it looks like they're on the attack and looking for more.
Forbes, Baez, Troncoso trying to go back into Baez, does. Now Baez retreats.
Nowhere to go there for Baez. Just got trapped. Tried to scoop back down the line, but nothing, no space was there. Had to create a foul at the end.
Bagford trying to get around Joma as we'll have 4 minutes of stoppage time added on. Stoppage time is presented by Kappa.
As it looks since the switch, it looks like Beckford is a little bit more of a handful for Joma. You haven't seen him marauding forward as much as he did earlier in the game. Just stay in his position, making sure that Beckford doesn't have any space to get in behind.
Adams. McHugh. Kipato. And he'll drop it back for McHugh.
RBG needs a little bit more mobility ahead of the ball. A little bit too static here.
Adams. Martinez brings it to his left. Goes out wide. Adams sends it in. That one intended for Forbes, but Castellanos able to get back on top.
Yeah, great job there by Castellanos, just keeping Billy Forbes in his pocket, very close to him, able to rob him and stop the counterattack of Austin.
Purpa. Rio Grande Valley looking for that first goal here as time is ticking down. Great diagonal ball. Well, great pass, but Rio Grande Valley unable to do anything with it. Dioff has Forbes. That's where he goes. Forbes looking for his second. Good job by Rio Grande Valley coming back. Castellanos and Isidro Martinez doing an excellent job of preventing what looked like a for sure third goal for Austin Bold.
Yeah, Forbes just taking too many touches there. You know, maybe indecisive at the end. Usually that would be a one touch out of his feet, picking the corner and just slotting it away, but tried to come back across the defender, and it was a good job by Castellanos. If we take a replay, good job here by Diouf to find his strike partner, Forbes, trying to cut back across Castellanos to that favored left foot, gets it off, but by that time the shot was blocked. Defenders were covered.
Is that one of those ones where Forbes just needs to take that right when he gets it right away?
Either first time, 2 touches, one to set and next one to put it in the corner, or you find Diouf again backside and just lay it in there for him. But for me, first time shot or set that touch up and hit it with the right foot.
Gotta love the calmness there, though, of Castellanos coming over to Forbes just to knock it away. One of those players that Coach Echeverry has talked about how he's improved over the course of these past 3 years and really become the leader of this team as it's played in.
Again, routine for Restrepo. The service just didn't have enough pace on it, not whipped in, and then obviously there's not enough numbers in the box to create any concern for Restrepo coming out of the goal and just collecting.
Restrepo's faced one shot tonight where he was able to pop it up over the crossbar as Purpa puts his head up and now plays it out. McLaughlin turns away. Martinez. Beckford. Grande Valley is going to have to push it forward if they want one last chance here before time expires in the first half.
They're going to have to come out and play at a different level, a faster pace. Create more opportunities on the outside to penetrate.
And now Austin looking to counter. Tomasi looking for Dioff. Tomasi turns. Sis with the right foot, curling it, and once again wide.
That was good movement there by Austin. Coming down, penetrating the outside, then cut it back to the top of the box. Sis looking to find that upper corner again, but just pushed it wide. Austin definitely not afraid and looking to get into that final third and create that killer blow. See if they could get that third goal.
Austin with a 2-0 lead, had a couple chances there for a third goal, but could just not put it in. For Rio Grande Valley, they'll look to reset and gather themselves to come out here in this second half. But we'll have news and notes, we'll have highlights. We have plenty of stuff for you right here at half coming up.
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out to the couch.
Baseball or football or racquetball. We don't mind, we'll watch any at all.
'Cause it's a root for the home team.
No way, we don't really care. We care. I care.
'Cause sports are finally back and there's a Bud Light.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow.
Creating more jobs.
And more opportunities for all of us.
Working together. Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Healthcare is being challenged. DHR Health is meeting that challenge. We opened the DHR Health Serious Infectious Disease Unit, a fully equipped, fully staffed facility designed to care for patients with COVID-19. To ensure that we can keep our general patient and staff population safe, this unit is housed in a standalone building. To ensure the safety of all who visit and work at DHR Health, we're screening everyone prior to entering our facilities. We know that together we'll get through this. Now more than ever, DHR Health, for you, for life.
Welcome back. We are at half between Rio Grande Valley Toros and Austin Bold FC. And now we'll take a look back at the midweek action in the USL.
Got a good one for you. Let's start off Western Conference, Group B. Phoenix Rising on the road against Los Angeles Galaxy 2, also known as, anyone stand up, you, Mr. Gray. Los Dos. The problem is Junior Flemings, yeah, he played. He played in the 9, by the way. Still scored a goal, 23rd minute, courtesy of Kevin Lambert. Not Kevon, not Kevin, Kevin Lambert. Santimar gets his first goal in a Phoenix Rising uniform, 36th minute. Should have been better game management by Phoenix Rising. They still managed another first goal by Jordan Schweitzer. Gets his first goal, 63rd minute. But the big story, Solomon Asante, 90 plus 6. That's 96 minutes from Kunga. Yeah, 40 goals, 32 assists. The first ever to the 40-30 club. Yeah, Group D, here we go. A battle of one of the unbeatens, FC Tulsa against Austin Bold. Quality goals here by FC Tulsa. The problem is they need some help on set pieces. Their coach knows it. First one's given up. Garcia in the 45th. Okay, so what's the reaction going to be? Dario Suarez, take a bow. What a volley in the 65th minute. Check out Thick's English. Thank you very much. Let's get 3 points, right? Wrong. Set pieces again. Sion McFarlane, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. 83rd minute from Javi Baez. Salvage a point. Well done by Austin. Would really like to see them start winning some games. FC Tulsa, you too, even though you're unbeaten. San Antonio FC. Okay. OKC Energy FC. See what I did there? Okay. OKC Energy FC. Yeah, it wasn't okay is the problem for the visitors. 4-0. Got smacked around 3-0 on August 8th. Unfortunately, they were without their head coach, John Pascarella. But the key story here was Leo Torres, first player to go through the full San Antonio FC Pro Academy to make his USL Championship debut. That's it. That's the tweet. I'm not really tweeting. I'm just talking about highlights. But another quality victory. I tell you what, people are sleeping on this San Antonio team. Unbeaten, 5-0-3, 18 points, doing wondrous things in Group D. But we're off Group D. Let's go to Group C. New Mexico United. Oh, you're not going to. Against, yep, the Real Monarchs. Guess who that is? Kalen Ryden. On a secondary ball, put back in on the restart. Don't sign him up for the golden boot. He's calling it the golden helmet race. I don't mind it. It was all about Kalen Ryden. Phenomenal defending, phenomenal goal scoring. Just give him the golden boot, golden helmet, golden wings. Who knows? Amanda Moreno, he got a goal too. Last one. Las Vegas, Sin City. Here we go. Groups A, Groups B. Bottom of the barrel, unfortunately. But I'll tell you what, it has been very difficult for the Las Vegas Lights. 2 games postponed because of COVID-19. 13 days off in between one of their matches. But this was exactly what the doctor ordered. 3 goals. Out 3-0, by the way. Really well done by Frankie Allis boys. Here's the problem, though. They have to now host Phoenix and Orange County in the space of 4 days. That is going to be a very difficult stretch. Tacoma Defiance, 84th minute. Get a goal back. 3-1 Las Vegas Lights. 3 points, Vegas.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Dr. Champus, U.S. Soccer has recently instituted the Play On campaign. Try and explain what this looks like in the grassroots communities around the country all the way to the professional level.
Yeah, Mike, I think it starts first and foremost with each of our stakeholders, whether you're a club, a coach, a parent, a player. It starts with setting a tone. It starts with setting a culture and really setting realistic expectations, understanding that COVID is a virus is going to be with us for an unknown amount of time. The guidelines are very basic and fundamental. What Play On has really created is a single voice and something that all of us can point to as a safe and responsible way that our kids can develop, continue to play the sport, can come together in a very responsible way under the guidance of local, state, and national guidelines that really can be one that highlights our sport across the country and in the world. And Play On has demonstrated, I think, over the last 2 months, a very consistent message, and that hasn't changed.
Dr. George Champus, Chief Medical Officer for U.S. Soccer, thank you for not only your time now, but also the work you and healthcare heroes around the country have done over the past months.
However, you're watching the RGVFC Tours game, text code RGVFC to 833-737-6620 for your chance to win an RGVFC prize pack. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. One more time, that's code RGVFC to 833-737-6620 for your chance to win an RGVFC prize pack.
Welcome back. Halftime brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer. 2-0 is our score as the visitors Austin Bold FC has the lead against Rio Grande Valley in this Lone Star matchup. And we'll take a look at the news and notes. Cameron Iwasa reached 50 goals with this goal that he had against Tacoma on Saturday. Broadcast partners USL signing a new media rights deal with SiriusXM and Caribbean broadcaster Flow Sports. And then Evan Newton becomes the first player to record 50 regular season shutouts in league history with a clean sheet on Saturday. Meanwhile, in this one, Austin Bold right now, Diego Restrepo looking for his second clean sheet of the season. As we take a look at the scoreboard, we'll begin with games on Wednesday. Austin Bold tying against FC Tulsa 2-2. San Antonio with a 4-0 victory over OKC Energy. And then you had Real Monarchs falling to New Mexico United, and Las Vegas Lights getting the victory against Tacoma Defiance. And then already done today, Colorado Switchbacks 0-0 against El Paso for Rio Grande Valley. They will take on the Switchbacks next. And then Sporting KC2 with a 3-0 lead over OKC Energy. As we take a look at what's upcoming Tuesday, we got Tuesday night excitement as Las Vegas hosts Orange County. Wednesday, Colorado Springs taking on Austin Bold. And then Wednesday, you also have Portland Timbers, LA Galaxy, and Rio Grande Valley, and San Antonio. Plenty more great action in the USL coming up. Austin Bold with a 2-0 lead. We'll have halftime or highlights and stats when we return.
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out to the couch.
Baseball or football or racquetball. We don't mind, we'll watch any at all.
'Cause it's root for the home team.
No way, we don't really care. We care. I care.
'Cause sports are finally back and there's a Bud Light.
Healthcare is being challenged. DHR Health is meeting that challenge. We opened the DHR Health Serious Infectious Disease Unit, a fully equipped, fully staffed facility designed to care for patients with COVID-19. To ensure that we can keep our general patient and staff population safe, this unit is housed in a standalone building. To ensure the safety of all who visit and work at DHR Health, we're screening everyone prior to entering our facilities. We know that together we'll get through this. Now more than ever, DHR Health, for you, for life.
At Bird Ogden and Fiesta dealerships, we continue to make our facilities safer. We are using hospital-grade disinfectants to sanitize customer waiting areas. We are sanitizing every vehicle before and after each use. Safety is our top priority. Together, we will get through.
Halftime presented by HEB. Austin Bold FC up 2-0 against Rio Grande Valley. Rio Grande Valley has their work cut out for them if they want to get back in this, as we'll take a look back at the first 45 minutes of action. Austin Bold playing on Wednesday night, but you would never have guessed it with the way they were getting things started. That one punched away by Blanchette. Comes to Sis and just puts it on the roof of the net. Sis has had 3 great opportunities for Austin Bold, and here a beautiful ball forward by Baez. Finds Dioff. Dioff able to play it up to Billy Forbes. Gets it on that left foot and gets his first goal of the evening. A great job there by Dioff, finding Forbes, and Forbes doing the rest, and nothing Blanchette could do about that one. But Austin Bold, they would not be done. They would continue to put pressure on Rio Grande Valley. This ball played out wide, and then stepping up is Dioff as he's able to get this by. Maybe takes a deflection off Castellanos, but Dioff with the second goal for Austin Bold, and that is where we stand at the moment. Good job there by Dioff to get that ball into the left corner, and the second mark on the board in the 23rd minute. Great ball in by Joma, but just outside on the free kick in the 40th minute. Here would be RGV's best chance. Punched away by Restrepo. Brought down by Obregon. And then hits off Restrepo and goes out of play. Great look there by Obregon, but just unable to finish it off as we take a look at the stats. And Walde, right now, Austin Bold controlling possession and also having the most important one, the 2 goals.
Yeah, but obviously just the shot number tells the tale of the game. They've just been able to put two more away than and created more than the Toros. You know, the Toros need to come out on the front foot and look to push the pace a little bit and see if they can ask some questions and create some chances.
For RGV, they came in 9th in the USL in shots with 99, just 2 compared to Austin Bold's 10. Like you said, they're going to have to get more aggressive as we take a look at the upcoming schedule. Up next, San Antonio FC, another Lone Star rivalry. And then you have FC Tulsa and San Antonio FC again. And then Austin Bold, they'll meet once again right here in Edinburgh, Texas. And then they will take on FC Tulsa on September 19th.
Doesn't get any easier for them as the stretch goes down.
And now for Austin Bold, they will take on Colorado Springs Switchbacks, and then they will be on the road against OKC Energy. This one is the 3rd game of a 5-game road trip for Bold FC, and then they take on FC Tulsa in back-to-back games, and then right back here against Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, for the form that they're in, this is a more favorable schedule for Austin. Colorado Springs and OKC struggling a little bit now with form, so they have 2 games where they make up major points and major ground. And Tulsa coming at the end will be a challenge for them.
Colorado Springs out of Group E for Austin Bold. They will play 2 games against non-group opponents, the other one being against Sporting KC. But for Austin Bold, they're looking for another victory. They're trying to get their 3rd win on the season and their 1st away from Austin. Walde, coming out of half, what do you expect from both sides?
Well, if it's a RGV, they need to pick up the energy. They need to ask questions on the outside. And if you're going to be direct, get more numbers in and around the box. As far as Austin is concerned, they need to just keep the pace, make sure they take care of the ball in possession, and be good in transition defensively.
For RGV, their boogeyman is this Austin Bold squad. They have never defeated Austin Bold, and right now, trailing by 2. They will definitely have their work cut out for them here in this second half. You're looking at last year, Austin Bold, a team that made the playoffs, they fell to the Phoenix Rising. For RGV, they were just a couple spots out of it. They just missed the playoffs by 5 points. And you look at it with COVID-19, the top 2 teams in the group will move on to the playoffs. And right now, those top teams are San Antonio FC, who's commanding the lead with 18 points. FC Tulsa right there with 10 points. So a chance tonight for Austin Bold to leapfrog FC Tulsa if they can hold on to a win. And now we will have some substitutions. So coming on for RGV will be Christian Lucatero. And also coming on will be Roberto Coronado. So Coronado will come in for Eric McHugh.
Yeah, Adams will just shift inside to that center back position, and Coronado will go into his left back position. And Castellanos will stay, probably more than likely stay right where he is.
Lucatero looking to bring more of an offensive spark for Bobby Murphy. Bobby Murphy being the coach tonight. As Adams now in at that left center back position, plays it over to Castellanos. Our substitutions tonight brought to you by Delia's Tamales. So the 2 subs at half for RGV. Both teams will have 5 subs as Martinez plays this out wide. Dangerous chance here for RGV, played back. And then that one, stopped by Restrepo. Good job by Lucatero coming up, but could just not get it by.
Looking to make an instant impact. Lucatero just didn't pick his spot right at Restrepo. As we're going to look at the replay here, that ball gets played across, calling off Kibato there, putting his right foot through it, but it's right at Restrepo. Slips under him, but he was able to recover.
Well, for RGV, it took 40 minutes in the first half to get their first shot on target. We're looking at just a minute in, and Lucatero has already had 1 shot on target.
Yeah, this better opening minute from RGV. Hopefully they can kick on from here.
They need a little bit of boost of energy at half as Lucatero gets another touch. Looking for Beckford. Beckford, great speed, able to chase that ball down, but then gives it right over to Joma.
Yeah, they've definitely come out with a renewed energy here. And you could see the pace of Beckford on the outsides. Now can they get in position to utilize that into those spaces behind the back 4?
RGV too much in that first half, looked a little lackadaisical. And right now you can see the high pressure. They are coming out with a different mentality in this second 45.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Coach Murphy said to them in the locker room, but you could definitely see a difference in the energy from the first half to the second.
You have to remember that Austin Bold played on Wednesday in that draw against FC Tulsa. Maybe see more of this high energy, this high pressure, see if they can tire out those legs of Austin Bold. Coronado, Kibato. Coronado, last time these two teams met, he had a double yellow card coming in the 24th minute as this is played to Dioff. Tomasi. Joma. Good ball back to Joma, but coming over was Manley, and now Castellanos will play it away.
Yeah, just trying to play a little 1-2 around the corner, Joma. A good positioning there by Manley. Just using his body, able to fend off Joma's challenge and just putting the ball out for a throw.
There's Marcel Serriano for Austin Bold. Austin Bold in their second season, their inaugural year last year here in the USL. Blanchette, he has been challenged tonight, tied in 4th in saves coming into the evening, but he's had his work cut out for him, going against the likes of Dioff and Billy Forbes for Austin Bold. Adams, Castellanos, Manley, Beckford, back to Manley.
Yeah, that was good coming out of the back, but just a little bit, no mobility in front there to pass and keep the attack going.
Baez overlapping, and that one headed out. Good overlap there by Troncoso. And now we'll have our first corner kick of the second half. Our corner kick brought to you by HEB.
Yeah, just expecting a little bit more runs out of the forwards there with RGV coming out of the back. He's going to take a look at Dioff playing to Baez. Baez getting his head up, playing around the corner, but just can't get that cross in.
Towards the spot. Martinez sends it away. Sis brings it down. Baez. Tomasi plays it in, and cutting it out is Adams. Tomasi. Coming back was Coronado to take the ball away. Sis. Joma. Habs Forbes to his left. Goes with the left foot. Hits it right into Manley.
You could count on Joma. Any look at goal from out there, you could count on him to have that shot from that distance.
Like the thought there by Lucatero, but could not send the pass out wide. Right now, both teams doing a good job of cutting down the angles on the passes as this one's trying to be scooped over. Dioff finds Forbes to his right.
Yeah, he knew that as soon as that ball came off his foot, that pass had just way too much weight on it to continue the attack. But in those positions, 1v1, you expect Billy Forbes to be a little bit more selfish and take the guy on, especially at the top of the box.
First whistle of the second half there. Rio Grande Valley trailing 2-0. Both goals coming in the first half. First one by Billy Forbes in the 16th minute, and then in the 21st by a Tess Dioff. Josh Toll and Walde Harris with you this evening as this is played up. McLaughlin. And McLaughlin will earn RGV a corner.
If I'm not mistaken, that's probably the second touch for McLaughlin up front. So good job to finally get him the ball. But they need to look into him, and he needs to move a little bit more behind the defense.
Big expectations for the youngster McLaughlin, number 8 overall this year in the MLS Super Draft by the Houston Dynamo. 16 goals this season here at Southern Methodist. Looking for his first professional goal as Martinez lines it up.
Services over everybody there. Didn't give his teammates a chance to get on the end of it. Now Austin has an opportunity to counter.
Tomasi has Forbes in the center. Tomasi to his left, and that one finds the roof from Dioff. He now has a brace.
Textbook counter attack from Austin. Breaked out really quickly, changed the point of attack. Good moves in the 1v1, putting the ball right across the goal, and there's that man Dioff as we look at the replay. Ball goes out wide. Tomasi sees it in a 1v1 position and goes at Manley, digs out to his right, takes it to his left, slots the ball across goal, and there's Dioff, the opportunities, just finishing it off.
Dioff right at that back post. Able to get his right boot on it. Blanchette trying to make the stop, but just misses. And now Austin with a commanding 3-0 lead.
That could be the killer blow.
Last time these two teams met, Ishmael Joma had a brace, and now this week, you're looking at Antes Dioff with 2 goals to his name. Going to possibly be named to Team of the Week, if not even Player of the Week.
Yeah, he's had a hand in all 3 goals tonight. Definitely very industrious, been working hard on both sides of the ball. And he was just rewarded there for his efforts, following up the play on the far post. Getting picked out and finishing it off.
Obregon. Hibato. Turns away. Adams. Getting pressure there by Dioff. Dioff wins the ball from Adams. Has Forbes. Dioff. Dioff doing everything there, just could not hold on to the ball at the top of the box.
Yeah, just being a little bit indecisive. Should I go myself and go for the hat trick, or should I use my teammate? And in the end, just not making any decision, or not making a decision in the right time. Great pressure here on Adams, winning the ball off to the races against Castellano 1v1. Has Forbes to his left, but just was a little bit indecisive and loses it in the end.
Dioff from Dakar, Senegal. Had 1 goal on the season coming to this one. He now has 3 on the year. He also got his first assist of the season on the first goal to Billy Forbes. But the youngster coming up big tonight for head coach Marcel Serriano of Austin Bold.
You definitely have to give credit to Austin in terms of the game plan, what they're trying to achieve in the game, how they looks to exploit the spaces created on the wings through Joma, through Troncoso.
Martinez back to Coronado. Towards the spot. Castellanos from distance, and that one's going to earn RGV a corner.
Might as well. Had to go from distance. Saw the opportunity and put his foot through it, earned his team a corner, and another bite at the apple in front of the goal.
And now we will have a substitution come in for Austin Bold. It looks like we will wait until the corner, and then we will have that substitution, so we'll hold off on that.
Okay.
Martinez towards the 6. And now Valery Saramutin will come in and he'll replace Okugo.
Yeah, Okugo having a good game tonight. But obviously a game last Wednesday. Coach not taking any chances in his midfield stalwart.
Saramutin was born in Camden, New Jersey, but grew up in Moscow. Represented Russia at U16, 17, 18, and 19 levels.
He leads by example in the midfield. covers a lot of ground. He's a pivot man and changing the point of attack. Puts out fires when defensive transition. Just a totally consummate pro.
Baez. Martinez. Coronado. Beautiful ball there from Coronado to the spot, and then just unable to get anything behind it was McLaughlin. Over there helping out was Joma, but RGV will have another corner brought to you by HEB.
Great ball in from Coronado on the left-hand side, making his way down behind the defense. Slides it across the goal, but McLaughlin just couldn't find his footing and adjusted to get that shot off on goal in time, but earn his team a corner kick all the same.
Martinez will play it short. Coronado sends it in. Headed down, and then finds the left corner, and RGV is on the board. Obregon puts RGV on with their first goal.
Coronado making an instant impact coming into the game. Just gets this ball out of his foot and whips it in, asking questions of Restrepo whether to come or not, and he decided to stay. And there's Obregon getting on the end of it as we watch it play. Just sets it out of his feet, whips it behind the defense. And there's Obregon Jr. rising above everybody else and knotting it down into the left-hand side. Nothing Restrepo could do about that one. Great service, RGV back on the front foot.
That RGV goal was brought to you by Lone Star National Bank. And sometimes you got to think, once you get that first, that gives you a little bit of momentum. We've seen RGV here in this second half being much more aggressive. We'll see how that rhythm builds.
Yeah, and Austin just hasn't responded as you would expect them to in terms of the uptick in energy from RGV. We'll see if this catalyzes anything for them to get forward and even get another fourth goal. But all credits due to RGV. They came out and they were the aggressors, as Coach Echeverri was asking them to do, and it paid dividends.
Adams chases it down for RGV, plays it all the way back. Blanchette. Castellanos. We've seen RGV trying to go through Coronado. Coronado with some really good crosses in. That second one obviously resulting in the goal.
Yeah, Austin just dropping back and consolidating play, keeping the spaces between the lines, trying to stay compact, but giving up a lot of possession. And RGV is growing in confidence, especially coming out of the half. First 15 minutes of the half is when statisticians say that most goals are scored coming out of the half.
Bedford sends that one well wide, but it looks like a hit off Joma, and now a corner kick on the far side for RGV.
You could just see them growing in confidence, Josh. The passes are crisper. The movement off the ball is better and more explosive, and they're getting into dangerous positions.
It's an HEB corner kick.
Martinez will look to send a right-footed ball in.
Looks like one of the defenders is Castellanos getting a little bit too handsy in the box. Trying to use the defender to gain a little bit of leverage and get that header on goal.
And now we will have another sub for Austin as Sion McFarland will come in. And McFarland will replace Jorge Troncoso. Now we will have another sub as Reese will come in.
Austin
Gustavo
goal
Reese
substitution,
will
number
come
17,
in.
Sean McFarland for number 2, Jorge Troncoso.
And then we'll have Josue Soto also come in.
Yeah, had a great opportunity to coach McFarland at the switchbacks, and
Josue
he's
Soto,
going to provide a lot of
number
width
5,
and a lot of
Ishmael
energy on the
Joma.
outsides. Getting up and down the flanks. Coach Serriano just wants to get the energy back up. And with the game last Wednesday, could see fatigue setting in and had to make the adjustment.
Substitutions brought to you by Delia's Tamales. So now both teams going to the bench. And now Austin Bold looking to shore up their defensive side and hold on to this 3-1 lead. And RGV looking to pressure Austin Bold and try to find that second goal. McLaughlin. Martinez. Castellanos. Coming over to Coronado. Coronado playing it into the middle, looking for Martinez. Manley. That one punched up, and it's going to find its way out the near touchline. Good job there by Restrepo getting a paw on that. Otherwise, RGV might have had their second goal.
Yeah, this is much better from RGV. They're getting the ball into those deep, wide positions and numbers in the box. Now it's a question of really the delivery.
Confidence building here for RGV. And then you have the errant pass. Coronado. Martinez. Goes back to Coronado. He's been dangerous with that left foot. Good slotted ball. Gets it right back, sends it in. Lucatero. Turns. Adams. You see Beckford slips, and now Austin Bold going the other direction. Backing up is Castellanos to the right. That ball sitting, back post. Forbes looking to track it down. Right-footed ball on that one, put away. And McFarland tripped up, and that is going to draw the foul. And this is going to go against Garcia, and he will have a yellow card. Third yellow card of the night handed out.
Not sure what Garcia was arguing with the referee about there. He just came through the back of the player. You could hear the contact as he went challenging for that ball. Got more player than ball as we take a look. Here that ball comes into McLaughlin, looking to shield it, but coming through the back there's Garcia. Realized what he's done, tried to apologize, but it's too late, already in the referee's book.
We do have a player on the ground for Austin Bold. And that player is Artes Dioff, who has 2 goals tonight.
You're not sure what he could have done. He's trying to stretch out here. Looked like he's feeling somewhere in the groin area.
For Austin Bold, they have used 3 of their 5 subs. So RGV has used 2 of theirs.
Yeah, just unfortunate here. Hopefully, there's nothing too serious, but
especially with the game he's had tonight so far.
Yeah.
2 goals and an assist for Artes Dioff. Billy Forbes right to his right. He's the man with the other tally for Austin Bold. As we are in our hydration break, so we'll take a look at some of the action from this one. As Dioff is able to walk off. And here, great ball in. Ball loose. And here, looking to counter, is Austin Bold.
Yeah, Baez getting on the ball again, sending it to the other side. In a 1v1 situation here. Looking to get inside the box. Dinks one side, goes the other, and just plays the ball across the goal, and Dioff is there. Tomasi using his speed and his agility. Dinks to his right, move to his left. Sends his ball right across the box, and there's Dioff. As this ball gets played out, Coronado just puts it out of his feet, sends in a deep line cross, and there's that man Obregon rising above everybody else, nodding it into the far right-hand corner.
Beautiful pass there by Coronado, just putting that one on a plate for Obregon, as now we will have a substitution. So Dioff will come off the field, and that's going to send on Ortiz for Austin Bold.
Yeah, big shoes to fill here, Ortiz. as Diouf has imposed himself on this game with 2 goals and assist.
You gotta think that Diouf might make his way onto the team of the week here for week 9 with his performance tonight. A little bit more than 23 minutes remains in this one, as Austin Bold looks for their 3rd win of the season and their 1st on the road.
What do you think, Josh? Enough time to get 2 goals? Or possibly 3?
It's not over until that final whistle.
The way they're playing.
I've liked what we've seen out of RGV here in the second half compared to what we saw in the first.
Right, now can Austin recapture their first half form?
You can see the high pressure once again here by RGV, forcing the turnover.
It's something about RGV and at home in the second half of the game. They always seem to pick up the pace.
And now Kyle Edwards will come in, and Edwards will replace Deshane Beckford.
Yeah, quiet night for Beckford. Expected a little bit more of him tonight. As you can see him kicking the ball away there. He's probably frustrated with himself, frustrated at the game, but has a lot of potential, a lot more opportunities coming his way. He just needs to learn from this game and kick on.
That substitution brought to you by Delia's Tamales. 3 subs now have been used for Rio Grande Valley and 4 for Austin Bold, if you're keeping track. Estrepo will just grab this right outside the 6, slow things down for Austin.
Yeah, Austin needs to manage this game now. Pick their opportunities when to go forward, and possession is of a premium for them. Make RGV run around, use the ball, move, shift the defense from side to side, and pick the opportunity to penetrate when possible.
Martinez, oh, he knocks over McFarland. Martinez thought he had a clean pick there, but he's not going to get it.
Sion McFarland just feeling the edge of Martinez's boot. We'll take a little look at the replay here. Just looking to get past Martinez, trying to step in front. Probably caught him with the back studs there.
Kibato. Obregon, back to Kibato. Kibato looking for some help.
Good little interplay there between those two. Something that we didn't see in the first half.
Martinez lets this go by, and right there's Castellanos. Plays it out wide. Manley looking for McLaughlin as that's repelled away.
Still better from RGV. More numbers in the box. They're very compact, and they're able to repress, counter press they call it. And the ball's turned over in the attacking third. Press the opposition as soon as it's turned over and regain possession of the ball. But again, it's about the quality of the service when you get into those positions.
Another beautiful night at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. Josh Tullenwalde Harris with you this evening, as Rio Grande Valley has 1 goal here in the second half, coming from Obregon. That one coming in the 58th minute. For RGV, they have yet to score multiple goals in a game this year. You're hoping tonight that they can add 2 more to that total, if not 3.
You know, RGV doing a good job of playing the ball through the lines, movement in advance of the ball. But surprisingly, Austin's not pressing. Not pressing in the middle third of the field and giving up possession and territory, allowing RGV to play these entry balls in.
You look at the last time RGV scored multiple goals, you have to go back to the final game of last year against the Portland Timbers 2, a game in which they won on the final day of the season. That was the last time they recorded a victory.
It was a great recovery run there from Adams to shepherd the ball out of bounds. Austin looked like they were on their way. Really Forbes looking a little bit worse for wear here.
And I imagine for the 29-year-old, a little bit of tired legs after playing on Wednesday. But he does have a goal tonight.
especially at RGV in August. Humidity levels could be up there.
Lucatera looking to go. Adams. Martinez. That one cleared away. Baez. Turns, comes back. McFarlane plays it down. Castellanos plays it past midfield. Reese plays it back. Martinez inside the circle. Good, clever back heel. Chance here for RGV. Obregon. The follow-up.
Yeah, much better from RGV. A little bit left to be desired on that shot with a follow-up shot there by Kubota, sorry. And you're going to see here on the replay. Good flick around the corner. Looking to get this ball into the box is Manley. On the back side of it. Here's Obregon trying to get his shot off. But there's too many white shirts in front of him. Look like fatigue is playing a part here as well.
3 players right in the way of that shot attempt from Obregon. Obregon looking for that second goal. A little bit more than 15 minutes remains in this one. As players now with an injured player down will come over for a hydration break. Obregon, the player down for RGV. Been much more active here in the second half. You can say that, I think, for a majority of these RGV players here in the second 45.
Oh, definitely the energy level has gone up through the roof. And they've played a little bit smarter, more intelligent game, moving the ball around, picking their opportunities to play direct, and then making combination play, winning those 50-50 balls and making combination play afterwards.
You've seen them create chances, something that they were not doing in that first half. Just one shot on target in the first half.
Well, there's more numbers in the box, and they're whipping balls in. Manley's getting into the attack a lot more than he did in the first half. As well as Coronado coming in and making an impact.
You look at the last time RGV won. You go back to last year, October 18th. The Toros getting a victory. It's been a long time. Again, a lot of things going on this season with COVID-19, so it's not your traditional USL schedule, but RGV trying to get back to their winning ways. You look at this team, they were just 5 points out of the playoffs last season, still really trying to gather that chemistry here in 2020.
Yeah, but also 2 different years, personnel changes, chemistry will change because of that, and they're just looking to find their footing.
Well, you also look at, with COVID-19, not having certain players up from the MLS side back down to help, so that's playing a factor, especially when you look at the youth of this squad with players either in their teens or right out of college.
Yeah, Coach Gerson Echeverry talked about the youth in the team and the maturity, and that they're coming together little by little, but you know, it's been slow, especially with the advent of COVID. It's been difficult for them to find their chemistry.
One of the things he talked about was how in college a lot of these players would have 4 or 5 chances to get a shot on target and get a goal. In this one, when you're in the USL, you might only get 1 chance, and you got to capitalize on those opportunities.
Yeah, it's an adjustment for college kids coming into the pros, but that's a part of the learning.
So Obregon will head off, and Jonathan Jimenez will come on. And this substitution is brought to you by Delius Tamales. So Obregon will go off with that 1 goal. He had a good look there right before he got hurt. But now it'll be up to Jimenez and the other 10 players on the pitch for RGV to try to find that second goal.
Well, Jimenez brings speed as well, so we'll look to see if he could impose himself on the game.
Just a poor attempt right there, off balance. Carl Edwards was the man who sent that one into the night. Second meeting between these two teams. They met at the start of August with Austin Bold getting the victory 4-1. Coronado. Martinez will play it out back. Castellanos, the captain.
This is much better defensively from Austin. Really compact, higher up the field, putting pressure on the ball, making it more difficult for RGV to play out and find those gaps in the middle of the park.
Martinez. Edwards flicks it on. Chance here for McLaughlin. Trying to poke it over.
Yeah, that was an excellent opportunity for McLaughlin. Just couldn't get enough meat on the ball to send it over Restrepo, who's off his line. But good look all the same.
Edwards. Brings it outside. Manley coming up. Back post. And that one finds the left corner. And RGV has their second goal of the night. Jonathan Jimenez just subs on. Gets his first goal of the season.
Yes, Jimenez, right place, right time as that ball comes over the entire defense. He's on the back post and rising like a salmon out of the water, knocking it down, and there's nothing Restrepo could do about that. As we take a look at the replay, ball gets played back from Edwards all the way across the goal, and there he is on the back post, nodding it in, bringing his team back into the game. Great cross.
That RGV goal was brought to you by Lone Star National Bank, and a huge second goal for the Toros.
We talked about the quality of the service earlier, and Manley just looked up, saw that he was wide open on the back post, and Jimenez made no mistake about it. Puts his head right on it, heads it down. No chance for Restrepo.
First multi-goal game since last year. And now with that goal by Jonathan Jimenez, a little bit more momentum has shifted in the direction of RGV. Can they capitalize on that last one and find an equalizer here?
Yeah, everybody probably had written off RGV with a 3-0, being down 3-0. But that's a tale of two halves. They went into halftime and came out with a lot renewed energy. And here we are at 3-2, back in the game.
A much different team in the second half by RGV. You have to wonder if they played like this in the first half, what this game could really be like, as now they look to push forward. Edwards has Lucatera to his right, just overruns the ball, gets back on top.
Yeah, Edwards was failing to use the space as quickly as he wanted to. He saw it, but his body's moving a little bit quicker than the ball, and gave up possession. Now Austin has a chance to counter.
Forbes in the channel. McFarland back to Forbes.
Coach, I'm pretty sure Coach Serriano is a little bit disappointed in the level of the dip in the concentration from his boys. But still have 10 minutes plus stoppage time to secure this victory. As you see, they'll enjoy a little bit of possession here, trying to get their legs back under them.
Garcia. Baez. Saramutin. McFarland was trying to squeeze around Coronado there.
Just trying to beat him on his first touch, going to the inside, but Coronado, being wiser to the game, just put his body in the right position.
That one touched out by Martinez. McFarland will have the throw.
Yeah, it seems he wanted somebody to run down the line. There was waiting on it and just got closed down.
Quick throw. Ortiz plays into the spot, looking for Forbes, but good job there by Castellanos. McLaughlin.
Good movement out wide there from McLaughlin to continue the attack into the space.
They've had success on this left side as Coronado receives the pass. He'll play it in.
It's good patience in attack here, allowing the outside backs to get higher up the field.
Castellanos Coronado trying to create a little space. Jimenez, who scored the last goal for RGV in possession. That one played out by Austin Bold.
Little cat and mouse there with Sion McFarland and Jimenez.
Kibato turns. McFarland back deep. Lucatero. Going out wide. Manley. Looking for McLaughlin right at the spot. But Restrepo right there.
Good threatening ball again in from Manley. Look for McLaughlin up at the top. Just overcooked the cross a little bit. And Restrepo was able to claim that ball easily.
Ortiz. And he'll play this all the way back to midfield. Garcia will play this out and we'll have a throw for RGV.
Yeah, credit to RGV. They've put pressure on the ball and they're able to turn them over and get back on the attack. As soon as that ball goes into the midfield, you see all the RGV players just recovering really quickly and getting around the ball. Get pressure on it, recovering, and now they're on the attack again.
Restrepo, pressure here. RGV with a little bit more than 5 minutes, and of course we'll have stoppage time in this one as they look to level things up. If anything, they want to at least get that 1 point.
They're definitely pushing the game. Austin finding it a little bit more challenging to play out of the back in the second half.
OKC Energy did lose earlier tonight to Sporting Kansas City too. So no movement for Oklahoma City. As the team that right now RGV is right behind in the standings. Austin Bold currently in second with San Antonio losing. So if this scoreline were to hold, Austin Bold would be in that second spot, which would mean that they would be in the playoffs if the season were to end right now. Two teams from every group, the top two, will move on. Austin Bold, of course, last year in that 8th spot. This is played in by Coronado, repelled away by McFarland.
Coronado just looking to whip that ball behind the defense. See if we can ask questions of Restrepo at the near post.
Tries with the right. Adams giving chase. Forbes flying down.
Billy using his body well there.
Plays it over. Tomasi unable to do anything with it in the long run, and now we'll have an injured player. Looks like Castellanos down and cramping up.
Yeah, Castellanos put his body on the line there to stop that attack. Disappointing end to what was potentially a very dangerous attack there. As you see Billy Forbes, him and Adams in a foot race for the ball, uses his body, gets on the end of it, plays it all the way across. And this is Tomasi holding off Martinez. And Castellanos putting his body on the line to create that wayward cross, or wayward pass.
McFarland tried to go between the legs, but denied.
RGV still has a chance. 4 minutes plus stoppage.
Sis. Hounded by two different players, plays it over. McFarland. And that hits off Martinez, hit him on the side of the head there. Now we'll have another HEB corner kick for you.
Yeah, great movement from McFarland. These are the positions he likes to get in. and he's looking for somebody in the box, trying to pick somebody out of the top of the box whenever everything collapsed down into the 6-yard box, but get out a corner for his efforts. This is much better from Austin.
And now Ortiz will head over to the corner, and he'll set up in that 1-yard arc.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him play short here, just run a couple ticks off the clock. Or maybe not.
Trying to go far post, and now RGV will look to go the other way in search of that 3rd goal. First time since last year that they have scored multiple goals in a game. I wonder if they have enough in the tank to make one dash down to get that equalizer. Forbes.
Good recovery.
Chested down. Baez finds Forbes once again, and
you see the pace of the game just slow down a little bit here as fatigue sets in. Now it's really all about the will to win, or the will to get back into the game and get that 3rd goal and kick on for a tie, or see what you can do once you get there.
Lucatero headed up. McLaughlin. Edwards tripped up, and that's going to draw a foul, and a great chance here for RGV. Unhappy with that whistle was Gustavo Risi.
Yeah, just pressing forward. Edwards gets into a 1v1 situation at the top of the box, looks to go at the player and just pushes it by him, and got fouled in the process. As we take a look at the replay, Edwards turns, look to see if he could get a shot off. Coming up there with Risi, just sticking a foot out and creating the contact. And Risi has to know at the top of the box at this time of the game, he can't create that kind of foul and this type of opportunity for the opposition.
Great chance here for RGV to find an equalizer. Martinez will line up with his right foot. What a goal this could be for Rio Grande. Chance here. Martinez just on the roof.
Good effort, but not enough gas on that to beat Restrepo. He's over there with enough time. Knew it was going over the crossbar. A little bit left to be desired from this free kick as we take a look at the replay. Just getting it up over the wall, trying to get it down quickly. But as you can see, Restrepo's there.
We will have 6 minutes of stoppage time, which is presented by Kappa.
Fourth official has signaled 6 minutes of extra time.
Plenty of time here for RGV and stoppage to find a 3rd goal and level things up. You can see the tired legs of some of these Austin Bull players. You got to take advantage of your opportunities when you get them.
Yeah, 3 games in 8 days, especially with travel. Definitely not easy, and you're seeing that show out in the fatigue of the Austin players late in the game. Just disappointed that RGV couldn't have this energy earlier, giving themselves more opportunities to get that goal and ask questions of Austin.
Came out very flat in the first half. Showed glimpses, but not many in the first 45.
Yeah, but credit to Austin. They came out, they did what they had to do early in the game. They took their chances and put more pressure on RGV.
It's all about game plans, and right now Austin Bold has been executing theirs. McLaughlin shoulders over McFarland.
Yeah, McFarland thought he'd get the call here, but referee deemed it was shoulder to shoulder and a fair challenge. He called a handball on McFarland. Surprised he didn't give a yellow. But another opportunity for RGV to put the ball in the dangerous area. And an opportunity goal.
Bring up Martinez for the kick.
Referee sees something that he doesn't like late in the game. Talking to these players, hey, keep your hands to yourself. I'm watching you.
Players always battling for position there, body to body, grabbing jerseys. Martinez sends it in. Kibato plays it out towards the corner.
It's a heavy touch there by Kibato. I think he just wanted to move it out of that first player's way. But the surface is still slick. Just ran away from him. Unable to keep possession.
Edwards splits two defenders, but Soto right there. And then that one, last touch by Tomasi.
Edwards has been pretty involved since he came on.
He's the one with the ball at his foot. It's a goal kick.
Not sure if he's calling a goal kick or
a handball there. Yeah, it looks like he did point to his hand. Yeah, I think the substitutions have paid off dividends here for RGV in this second half.
Restrepo won't be in any hurry to take this kick. You see it spotted a little bit differently from where the foul actually occurred.
A little bit more than 2 minutes remains here in stoppage time. Martinez. And that one sent away by McFarland.
McFarland just putting his foot through it. You could hear the coach is saying fuera, fuera, which in Spanish that means out, out. Get it out of here.
Lucatero looking for Kibato. Looks like Kibato misjudged that. We're talking about that win to start this game. Maybe that playing a little bit of a factor there. Hard challenge there, and another chance here for RGV.
After a brilliant touch from that ball being 10 miles in the air. I'm not sure what Jimenez did on this kick out while on the ground, but the referee saw it and is going to talk to him here. We'll see the results in a second.
McFarland, the player, slow to get up for Austin Bold.
Looks like he got hit in the lower abdomen or the unmentionables.
Now we will have a yellow card handed out. But you can see right there, yep, on the kick up. So Jimenez there with the yellow card.
Yellow card issued to the Toros, number 27, Jonathan Jimenez.
Yeah, he count himself lucky to be on the field. Different night, different referee, that might have been a different color. As he apologizes, good sportsmanship there from Jimenez. Just going back and apologizing to McFarland. The heat of the moment.
But a chance here with that foul originally on McFarland, just outside of the box. As Martinez will line up along with Coronado.
RGV creating chances. Now it's all about, can they get on the end of it?
What a game this would end up if RGV can find an equalizer right here. Punched away. Coronado. Threaded ball, Martinez. Corner here for RGV.
Smart play there by McFarland, just coming out, putting his hands behind him and turning his back.
Dying moments here of this game as Martinez looks to send this corner in.
All hands on deck for Austin.
Cleared away. Blanchett looking to send it in. And there is the final whistle. Oh, it's offside. So this one is not quite over yet.
Blanchett keeping things alive. The goalkeeper coming up. That service just wasn't deep enough to create anything for the guys up front. And Austin has a free kick, which Restrepo will take his time.
McLaughlin heading it on. Edwards was sprinting up for RGV, and Lucatero looking to get this ball in quickly.
Time running out here for RGV. As Coach Serriano asked, hey, what happened to the time? It's expired.
Looping ball. And there is the final whistle. And Austin Bold will escape with the win. Late chances by RGV, but they couldn't find that equalizer in the end.
Yeah, but they have to take the positives from this. It's the first time they scored more than 2 goals in the game. Obviously, you have to learn that, hey, you got to come out with that energy from the opening whistle. Austin survived in the end. Started out really quickly, got their 3 goals. But at the end, just had to hang on as RGV came out with a renewed energy in the second half.
And there is our man of the match, Jonathan Jimenez. Tonight's Nature Valley man of the match comes on as a sub and gets the 2nd goal for RGV, but it was a little too late as they could not come out with the victory as Austin Bold takes another one and their first on the road. We'll be back with highlights for you when we return.
Healthcare is being challenged. DHR Health is meeting that challenge. We opened the DHR Health Serious Infectious Disease Unit, a fully equipped, fully staffed facility designed to care for patients with COVID-19. To ensure that we can keep our general patient and staff population safe, this unit is housed in a standalone building. To ensure the safety of all who visit and work at DHR Health, we're screening everyone prior to entering our facilities. We know that together we'll get through this. Now more than ever, DHR Health, for you, for life.
Why choose Lone Star National Bank for your business? Because no other bank does more to support local businesses. In fact, we are the #1 lender in the Valley to small businesses. We put money to work here in our community.
That helps our local businesses grow,
creating more jobs
and more opportunities for all of us.
Working together.
Together.
We do what the little banks can't and the big banks won't. Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
At Bird Ogden and Fiesta dealerships, we continue to make our facilities safer. We are using hospital-grade disinfectants to sanitize customer waiting areas. We are sanitizing every vehicle before and after each use. Safety is our top priority. Together, we will get through.
3-2 is our final score as Rio Grande Valley FC falls to Austin Bold FC. As we'll take a look back at the highlights from the 90 minutes of action. And early on, it looked like it was going to be all Austin Bold, and they got things started in the 16th minute.
Yeah, this man Baez, instrumental in the first 2 goals, sees the one-on-one situations. Diop with a little bit of athleticism, sends it into the path of Forbes, and this is what he does best. Low and hard to the far post. Diop showing his athleticism there, but Billy Forbes making use of the opportunity.
And then the 21st minute, Austin Bold would be right at it again, and Diop would be on the goal on this one.
Baez to Diop, and Diop sees Adams 1v1, couple steps over, looks to send it far post. Looks like it takes a little bit of a deflection, but here you can say the 2 crossovers, plays it back post. He catches the keeper wrong-footed as well.
Assist on the first goal on the second, and he would not be done.
Yeah, it's just a Tomasi. Find himself in a 1v1 situation here at Manly. Digs to his right, goes to his left, and on the back post, guess who? That man Diop again. Slides in for his 2nd goal of the game, and the 3rd for Austin.
Diop with a brace on the night in the 58th minute. RGV would get into it.
Great serve here by Coronado to the back post. Overgrande jumping like a fish out of water there, like a salmon out of water. He rises above everybody else and nods that ball down. Nothing Restrepo could do about that one.
That would give momentum to RGV, and they would respond once again. Jimenez coming on as a sub.
Manly putting it back post. Jimenez again up over Restrepo. Again, that ball down into the ground, beats him low and hard. Brings his team back into the game, but too late will be the cry. Couldn't come back in the end.
Now we look at the match stats. A much different second half for RGV as they take control of the possession. 52 to 48%. They got more shots. They came in with just 2 shots on target in the first half, 5 in the second.
Yeah, you have to think if they started the game the way they ended it, that this result may be a little bit different, but credit to Austin for coming in. 3rd game in 8 days. put on the performance, got the goals that they needed, and finished the job.
For Austin, up next, they will take on the Colorado Springs Switchbacks on Wednesday. Then for Rio Grande Valley, they will take on San Antonio. That one next Friday as they look to go back to it. As they can build off this second half, they have an excellent chance to get 3 points against San Antonio as they are still searching for that first win of the season, as Austin Bold will come out on top 3-2. For Walde Harris and our crew, I'm Josh Toll. Good night and see you soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League